that's a whole nother DMR network, not Brandmeister. It's a whole nother DMR network. So if you navigate over to Module I, you're going to be linked in to Amcom instead of Brandmeister. And how do you navigate over there? Oh, that's a whole other thing. So I can go over that in just a bit. But yeah, so dashboards are great. Now, if we're on TGIF, I'll go to the TGIF dashboard. And I just have to Google, I have to search on ham radio DMR TGIF or ham radio DMR AMCOM or and I just start searching and I find these dashboards and it's awesome. All right. Any other questions or comments for the net? Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any tips? I do have another tip for you. Hoseline. We always put the Hoseline link in. If you go to hose.brandmeister.network, that's another way you can troubleshoot the network. So if you want to troubleshoot, you can transmit on YSF and bring a link up on your computer and listen on Hoseline. So it's almost like you have a receive-only radio. So you're listening on DMR and you're transmitting on YSF. You can kind of hear. You got to turn down the volume a little bit, but you can hear how you sound. There's another one. So I'm going to put in a link to hamradio.solutions NVR. This is a really cool link, but unfortunately tonight it's not working that well. I'm still going to put the link in there. For some reason, I need to contact the guy because I think he needs to reboot the server because I was not able to connect to it tonight, but I'm still going to give you the link. I'm going to turn it over to KV2IDX. What do you got? I'll let you pick it up from there and then just go ahead and see if there's any other questions. Go ahead there, Chris. Yeah, I was going to mention that I couldn't get it to open properly myself. So I'm glad you mentioned that. I thought there was something wrong with my end, of course. And a quick one for Erwin. Erwin told us, Puffy, that he's on a U.S. server now and it's much better. So that was good news. And Erwin, if you're around in the after hours, ask me about a jitter test. And that helps you find the best server from your location. The thing is, but conditions can change. And you may find the one that you're finding good now, maybe later won't be so good. So anyhow, remember, jitter test. We have a request in the chat room by Brian, NT60X. He would like to know the difference between a dynamic and a static talk group. Okay, that's a good one. I can do that. When you are on the Brandmeister network, dynamic talk groups are normally there in their time. And you have to push the talk to get them to be able to receive, so you can receive them. That's a dynamic talk group on Brandmeister. A static talk group is one that you have intentionally set to be a favorite, and it will be open all the time on your hotspot.
It's different for a repeater than a hotspot, but in the hotspot world, it is reset real quick. If you have a particular group, we'll say 31088, like we're on now, as a static talk group, that one, above all other talk groups, is going to receive the traffic first. It will take over your hotspot, which in some cases you want it to do. Just don't put it on a real busy one like talk group 91. Do not put that as a static talk group. You'll never get up. But it helps if you have favorite talk groups. Also, it's not recommended to load up too many. 2 or 3 is all you need. If you think you need more than that, then get a second hotspot. But dynamics are timed, and you will be able to receive them after you hit push to talk for as long as there's activity or the timer expires. And static talk groups are permanent. Just like when you have your internet service. You have, normally everybody has a dynamic IP address. And some people pay an extra fee to have theirs be static, which means it stays the same. I have on my network certain items that are assigned IP addresses. Those are static IP addresses. And that means for the hotspots, which is what I have the static IP addresses on, when they boot up, they will go right to the correct IP address. And I don't have to look for it. So it's the same thing on Brandmeister. It's a talk group that's always there. Anybody else have any additional input they would like to add to that? I will leave the microphone open and come forward. This is KD2IDX. Okay, nothing heard. Well, is there anyone else out there that has any questions this evening for us? Either raise your hand in Handout Live or call out now. Okay, I do have a comment. I put a lot of links in the chat room, but we were talking about Hoseline. Here is the link if you're not in the chat room. It's hose, H-O-S-E, just like a fire hose, .brandmeister.network. Hose.brandmeister.network. And that's a fun page because you don't have to even have a ham radio license to listen to it. It's like having a digital receiver on your computer, or it works really great on an iPhone or a Android. And you can listen to it while you're driving. You can listen to it. I listen to it sometimes when I'm in a doctor's office. I'll listen to whoever's transmitting. So that's a really cool website. It's good for troubleshooting, and it's just good for fun. And there is a Hoseline, kind of a
Coastline Light for YSF, but it doesn't have all the talkers, it doesn't have all the reflectors, it just has a few. And it has XLX303, it has SkyLink, it has MinWiz, it's got KC Wide, so there's quite a few YSF reflectors that you can listen to. That's the one that's not working right now, but that webpage is hamradio.solutions/NDR, November Delta Romeo, or Network Digital Radio, Network Digital Recorder, whatever. So that one is on a delay, but you can listen to it on a delay. It's delayed a few seconds. Plus, it keeps the delay out there. It keeps if you're talking on the net and you go and listen to hamradio.solutions, depending on how much traffic, like KCY, it will last about an hour. You can go back an hour and listen to whatever's being said. For XLX303, if there's not a lot of traffic, and sometimes it'll be out there for 2 days. You can go back and listen 2 days earlier and listen to all the transmissions on XLX303. Same with SkyLink. So that's kind of a neat website. And it's not working tonight, but I don't know why, but I will contact the owner and see why it's not working. But I like that website. I use it quite a bit. Alright, just wanted to get those web pages out there. And we're coming up very close. Let's go back over to KV2IDX from W0SUN before I come out.
Okay. We got 4 more that's joined us into the chat room. Let me go through them real quick. N0SBC, K5PWR, W0KPH, and KC9EOD. Why don't we see if there's anybody that wants to check in over the air at this time? It's probably the best opportunity. Not usually a whole lot, but hey, let's get it out there. Anyone need to check in over the air, please come now. KV2IDX and the Digital Learning Net. WA3VHL, Whiskey Alpha 3 Victor, Hotel Lima. Okay, we got Glenn, UA3VHL, and also recognize joining us in the chat room is N6UTC. Welcome. Alright, anybody else out there? This is KV2IDX.
Kilo 7, Romeo, November.
Alright, recognize KK7RNN. That brings us up to 59. Oh, come on. One more. Last call, one more.
HOV.
Thank you, Mike. And welcome. Alrighty. Well, we gotta kill 10 minutes, Puffy. I will put a standing order out there if you have questions, or a comment, or even an experience that you would like to share. Here's a good time to do it. KB2IX with W0SUN, and the group comes out.
AP1, USA, relay check-in.
Alright, let me see if I got it. I think I got it. Okay. I heard you, Jamie. Thanks for checking in. KQ1 USA, we got you. We also added Mike N0ANE and Guadio next. I don't know how to spell you. I'm just going to call you Guadio or something like that. W4KSK. I got you in Florida. And I got Jamie. Okay, so I added, we got 63 now, so thanks for joining us. All right. Yeah, I was talking about, what was I talking there, Chris? Before the net, we were discussing Wires X. Now it's something about Wires X. Hang on, let me think. I'm trying to remember. Do you remember what, I was talking about? Okay, hang on a second. I'm trying to think what I was going to bring up on something about Wires X. Oh, okay. I pronounced it right? Oh, good. Guadio. All right, Guadio. Okay, sorry, I'm bouncing around because I'm reading the chat room. So, Chris, you remember what I brought up before the net?
No, I do not. But think about it. I give a quick lecture on Quick Team. I always get the chance, and I'll take it. Everybody remember, practice taking your time when you're keying up. Leave space in between key-ups on digital networks. And you gotta let the systems recover in between key-ups. If you key up too quickly, you or someone else, they may not hear their whole transmission. So once you key up, pause a second before you talk, pause for a second before you let go, and pause in between key-ups. Anyway, does that give you time to think about it? Because I still can't remember. I can't remember my name that time.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? So I just want to mention, Albert, N6ACG, it's good to have you come on in from California and joining the net. I guess this is your first time. And we've got the Catalina Amateur Radio Association repeater linked in. And it gets linked in here to the digital room. We call this the Colorado Digital Net and the Let's Talk Digital. This is the Digital Learning Net, excuse me. And it's really great to have you guys. I know some people out there from the club, and I actually did a presentation with NDAF out there a long time ago. We did a D-Star presentation, and that was really cool. And NDAF, thanks for bringing this repeater in, and Albert, it's really good to have you. So I just noticed that you joined in on our chat room, so I really appreciate being linked in with you guys. It makes it a lot of fun. And by the way, I'm coming out there in California. I'll be out there in March, toward the end of March. So hopefully I'll be able to use that repeater. So really cool. All right, we got a few people in from California on that repeater. We got several other repeaters I need to mention as well. The Parker Radio Association repeater is linked in here, and many others as well. But those guys have been with us for going on longer than 5 years. They were the at the very beginning when we started this net, we were using the Castle Rock Repeater Group talk group, and we were also linking in the Parker Radio Association repeater, the Fusion repeater. So I always like to mention, thanks for letting us use your repeater all these years. All right, got that done, and just wanted to make sure and give a thank you to those guys. All right, make sure you click on our webpage, coloradodigital.net. Even though we're not all from Colorado, that's where this originated. coloradodigital.net, that's our webpage, and lots of information out there. What else? We've got now 64 check-ins, and I really don't have any more to add. We're going to stick around here for we start the formal portion of the net. Let me restart before I time out. All right. So we start the formal portion at Mountain Time Zone, 7 o'clock p.m. And we go from 7 to 8:30 p.m. And then we start the informal portion at 8:30 and usually go about an hour to 9:30, sometimes 10 o'clock at night. And that's just it's not as formal. We can chat about digital. We can have a lot of people ask questions, and we can talk about more advanced topics. We can talk more about beginning topics, not just dance, but we love beginning topics. If you have a question, always feel free to ask it on the after hours net. So really, that's awesome. And we got the room next door. So we use the chat room. Everybody can come in on the chat room on Ham.live and watch all the multimedia, the pictures, the links, everything we talk about, we post in that chat room. So it's not only are you listening, but you're also reading, and it makes the net go pretty fast. And we have the after hours Ham.live right next door, and you can jump in there, and we will continue on that portion. All right, with that, thanks everybody for joining us on the formal portion of the net. I'm going to send it back over to Chris so we can wrap it up, and then we'll stick around for the informal portion. Go ahead, Chris, KB2IX. This is Bucky, W0SUN. Okay, this is KB2IX. And we are going to not close the doors. We're going to switch to the other doors. I believe the other Ham.live is already online if you want to switch over there. We're going to continue conversations over there. So make sure you join us right here. XLX 303. Again, thanks to Parker Radio for letting us use your repeaters. A special thanks to Sean, KK6BEV, who is the author of this Ham.live. Makes our life a lot easier. Okay, at this time we're going to close the net. We had 64 check-ins tonight. Thank you all for checking in. We'll see everybody next Wednesday or later on. And don't forget, we're over on KCY tomorrow night, totally different net. 7-3 for now. Everybody please leave a few seconds. Let's make it 20 seconds. So anybody needs to disconnect their systems, they have the adequate time to do so. This is KB2IX, and I'll be back in a little bit.